Hi, this is Andy from Orbit Media, and I have a question for you. Have you Googled your brand lately? Probably not, but your audience does this all the time. It's a really important part of branding. What do people see in the search results page when they search for your brand's name? What else do they search for? The words and phrases that go along with your brand's name. If your website were a physical location, this is what it would look like from the street. And it's important to everybody. This is like another one of your home pages, the Google search results page for your brand's query. It's reputation management, it's audience research, it's important if you open jobs, and it's critical if you have physical locations. What if you're active on social media? There are so many things that appear here. You can get so many insights from it. It's really powerful. This is Andy from Orbit. I'm going to be teaching you some branded query SEO. Before we jump in, as usual, if you're watching on YouTube and you open the description down below, you're going to find a link to an article that lays all of this out step by step. Let's jump in. First, super quick, let's review the three types of key phrases. In your browsing history, these are the three things that you've searched for, the three types of queries that every audience uses. The first, the most popular, 80% of all searches are actually just informational queries. People looking for answers, they maybe want to do the thing themselves, they just want information. They're not ready to buy. They're searching for stuff like, can a microscope see cells? Why do microscopes make things look upside down? And how to replace a microscope light bulb? That's the no queries. The next set of queries, 10% of all searches, are the transactional queries. These are people who are ready to buy. They've got a product or service in mind. They are problem aware and solution aware. They're probably choosing between options. They're searching for stuff like USB microscopes, best science kits for kids, microscope replacement bulbs. These are the do queries. But the third type in our focus today is the navigational queries, the branded queries. These are also 10% of all searches. They're people who know where they want to go. They've got a brand in mind. They're searching for a brand. Things like Science Plus. Science Plus near me. These are the go queries. Okay? And the go queries, these navigational queries, have ultra high click-through rates. Why? Because that page, that brand likely ranks super high for that phrase. And the visitor's just trying to get there. So it's the lowest hanging fruit, the best type, the fastest type of SEO you can possibly do. So we're going to find all those branded queries, and then we're going to take the steps we need to rank for each of them. So I'm looking here at a search results page. This is a brand, Anderson Lock. And if I make a space and then type A, I'll see some recommended phrases. Actuators, actuator replacement. B, lock bezel, lock broken. C, lock cylinder, catalog, careers. Look how Google is recommending these things. These are the things that your audience is searching for. This is what they think of when they search for you. Now, it's kind of slow to type in the next letter of the alphabet 26 times. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to go to a free tool that will scrape out of Google Suggest every phrase that you would have gotten if you typed the alphabet, each letter 26 times. So the top ones are going to be the ones that are the most commonly searched. And then down below, you're going to see everything that would recommend. There's a paid version of this tool that will give you even more data. I'm going to use another brand. Let's put in Unbounce. What are people searching for? What are they thinking about when they think about Unbounce? Oh, ActiveCampaign integration versus Instapage. Pricing, affiliate program, analytics. Let's try another one. Adler Planetarium. It's like a space museum here in Chicago. Adler Planetarium, jobs, hours, virtual tour, parking. We need to go search for each of these phrases and see what ranks, because this is what our audience wants when they want us. This is data-driven empathy. Look at the number one, though. Look at the top, Adler Planetarium wedding. We're going to go search for each of these. What do we find? We don't find the Adler Planetarium ranking number one. We find this other company, this other website. Some photography site is outranking that brand for that brand's branded query, the navigational query. Why don't they rank? Because they actually don't have a page about weddings. They've got a page about private events. That's the problem. So that's step one, is to go find all those branded queries and go search for them all yourself. Step two, we're going to review our own search snippet for our own website. This is just the regular branded query with no additional words, and you see probably at the top there the search snippet with site links. So step two is going to be to go review each of these pages to make sure they are polished, because these are going to be traffic magnets. Google's sending people directly into these pages. These are pages that are going to have 10x the visibility of your typical page. So let's work hard on those. And by the way, when you get visits to these pages, those are not direct traffic visitors. Boy, you'd think they would be, right? The person to search for the brand. Nope. They're going to be organic traffic visitors. We made a different video that explains all about website traffic sources. Take a look at our YouTube channel. So the next step here, we're going to go look at the competition. I've got the branded query up for unbounce again. When we search for unbounce, we're going to see what people think of, what other brands they're comparing us to, such as down there, people also search for. Another way to find this is to just put in the space VS for versus. This is your competition. Also, look what they're doing. There's 3 different companies all bidding. Well, one of them's us, but 2 other brands bidding on that. So this is basically, these are the other brands that where we should be potentially advertising on their branded queries, right? It's a blood sport, very competitive. Okay, so the step 3 was to check the competition. Step 4 is to check our own knowledge panel. This is our own brand. This is Orbit Media Studios. I'm of course seeing this because I'm also logged into Google Search Console. But over here, you see the knowledge panel. This is a super visible thing. Now you got to ask yourself if you're doing a good job over here. The first step is to confirm that you're in the proper category. This is you directly injecting information into Google about the relevance of your company and your website. So very, very important. Look to see if there's anything else that you can add to this, right? This is basically local SEO. Log into business.google.com and take a close look to make sure that you completed this process, right? Did you put in all the categories properly? What else? Events you can add in here. Just look to fill in anything you possibly can here. Services. And then of course down here, right, there's photos. Photos are a great opportunity to engage with people before they even come to you. There's also the chance in this you can see to add 360 photos, which is kind of fun. That's a way to add media to the site and really give the visitor a chance to imagine what it's like if they were to come in. So just try to use every different feature that you can in the Google My Business. So checking the knowledge panel was step 4. Step 5 is to look for questions and answers. I've done a search here for a different local museum. This is the Field Museum. And if you scroll down, you'll see people also ask what? Google is telling you what people want to know about you. These are questions people are asking online. And if you expand and collapse a couple of times, you're going to find even more. Quick tip. If you find questions and answers, ask yourself if you've answered those questions in your content, if you've answered those questions on your pages. One place you can actually just directly move these questions right over here into your Google My Business account, where they will appear in your Google Knowledge panel. So it's a place to just answer those questions and be the place that has the information, instead of letting other sites. Here's TripAdvisor is answering that question. Bummer. We're not the best source on us, but really we should be. The next step in our process is to look for reputation issues. I've got a branded search results page up here for a Windows company, and as I scroll down, I can see that there's actually a lot of different sites that show rich snippets with star reviews, and pretty low numbers. So this is going to tell me where I need to invest my time and resources to improve my ratings online. Really important because this is before people even come to you. You might not even get the visitor. You might never know why the person didn't visit because you may have a reputation issue that's pre-click, right? This is in the search results page for your brand. Another example of this, I'm on another site here. This is a consulting company, and they probably don't care at all about Google My Business. They sell very big projects and expensive services, but still, they have only 3 reviews in their knowledge panel. It would only take 1 bad review to really hurt how they look for the brand. So this is a potential risk to that company. Everyone should have at least 20 reviews before you're really secure in your online reputation in Google or wherever else those things appear. And there's lots of them, right? There could be Yelp, Angie's List, BBB, Better Business Bureau. Those are all for B2C things. What about G2, right? Or Glassdoor? Do you have open positions? That might be a very prominent snippet for your branded key phrase. The 7th and last thing in our little framework here is to take a look at social media. I did another search for a brand active campaign. Google will grab, there's stuff in this knowledge panel that isn't coming from googlemybusiness.com. That is a powerful source of information for the knowledge panel, but not the only source. And if Google finds that you've got an account somewhere, it might put it here, even if that's not an account where you're super active. If you've got an account in here where you're not actually publishing content or engaging, I'm going to recommend that you do a little bit of call forwarding, I call it. Here's kind of a fake mocked up Twitter handle for a person that hypothetically isn't even active on Twitter. Just make one tweet. If you're not active on a social network, make one post in that social network that tells people that you're active actually on a different social platform so that they can follow the link and go see you there. You get the idea. Finally, I've got a bonus for you guys. If you search for something and you see the site links, above the site links there's a search box, that is called the site link search box. Go ahead and try it. I'm looking at a local university. I'm going to just type test in here, and what do you think I'll see? What? I'm still on Google. It's as if I just used the search operator site colon. This is Google kind of stealing my traffic. It's Google kind of diluting my analytics. Now, all these visitors to these deep, deep interior pages look like they're from an organic source of traffic. You know, if a better way to do this would be to have the site link search box show the search results page on the website itself. Let's look at Unbounce. If I type in test into Unbounce, the search results page is in fact on Unbounce. How did they do that? They did that with a tiny bit of code that they added to their website. It looks like this. Take a screenshot and send this to your developer. If you've got a site link search box and the search results page is still on google.com, bummer, this will fix it. Or another alternative is to simply have the site link search box removed. There's a meta tag where you can tell Google to not include a site link search box. If you get one, I would actually keep it there, and I'd rather have it go to your site. Why not? It saves the visitor a click and helps them guide themselves more directly into the site. Plus, in Google Analytics, you're going to see all the key phrases that they search for, assuming you have site search properly set up in Google Analytics. And naturally, not surprising, we have another video that explains how to set that up. There you have it. It has got to be the fastest, easiest, highest impact type of SEO that there is. Yet most people skip it. They think that SEO is really just about those information intent and commercial intent queries. But what about the navigational intent query? We hope you found this useful. If you know someone else that might enjoy this video, feel free to pass this along. And if you want to make sure that you get the next one just as soon as it comes out, make sure you subscribe and you'll get it right away. Again, Andy from Orbit. We'll see you next time.